Well, welcome to my channel. Last night I took some more photos using my Dwarf 3 telescope, and I wanted to show everybody. This is after the photos have been processed. By the way, this little bit of blue tinge is just from the different lights and stuff in here in the dark. Okay, first of all, here we go. The first object is NGC 7822. It's a large hydrogen alpha gas cloud. Okay, I did an hour and a minute using 15-second subs at gain of 70 and using the dual band, just letting the hydrogen alpha in. And it stacks them automatically, so this is after processing what it looked like. Okay, here's another object. It's Caldwell 6. It's a planetary nebula, and it's a smaller one, so it doesn't show up very well. Some of the other ones, like the Ring Nebula, they show up a lot bigger, but and they're closer too. This one's a little farther away, so you really can't see much detail in it. And it was a good test to me just to see, what I was what I could do with this telescope. So unless you have a much bigger telescope with a bigger aperture, these type of objects you can't see much detail. Another test, C22, Caldwell 22. It's another planetary nebula, and you'll see it right here, and you can see it's got a bit of a greenish bluish tinge also. And again, only about 5 minutes, so it was just more of a test. These type of nebulas are like the future of what our sun is going to go through. It's not big enough to blow up into a supernova, but at the end of its life, it sheds its outer shell, right? And it could be like a ring. It could look like a apple core. It could, have different shapes. One's called a spirograph nebula, and this one here is kind of a roundish one. But like the Ring Nebula and some of the other ones really have, are close enough to where we can see more shape and all in it. But most of them for this telescope, like some of the faraway galaxies and planets, they don't show up that well in this the Dwarf 3 telescope. Maybe in the future they'll get one with a bigger aperture, so you never know. That'll be great. And this object here, it almost looks like what a planetary nebula should look like, but basically it's just hydrogen alpha nebula, kind of a smaller one, but more or less like the Orion Nebula. And it's IC 5146. I got 53 minutes, 45 seconds on it. Again, 15-second subs, 70 gain in the dual band filter, so I can capture all that great hydrogen alpha, even with a full moon, so it'll look really cool. Here's one, M74. It's a spiral galaxy. It's quite a ways away from us. It's not close like Andromeda or, a few of the closer galaxies. You can see a lot of detail. You get a little bit of the spiral arms, but not a whole lot. And I wasn't able to go much more than this because it was going to go in the trees and all from where I was set up. So I went ahead and stopped where I was. And you can see it. And of course we had the full harvest moon last night. It got a lot of detail. The more photos you stack when you're doing the moon, the more detail and the sharpness you can see. And the neat thing is, I found out if you do like 200 or 300 photos for stacking, or if you do just 20, right? After about 20 to 30 photos, it's not going to get much sharper, right? So, you don't need to waste your time, taking more and more photos. But like up to about 30 photos, and it really gets sharp. Of course, when you're taking these photos, you have to turn the gain down to 0. It's so bright, and you have to take, instead of like how many seconds, it's like how many hundredths of a second each photo is. And if you get that right, you can figure it out. It'll show how bright it'll be if you can see any detail. Otherwise, it'll just white out, and you can see all the features and all. It's really just spectacular. Okay, and then to top it off, I did some photos again on the Andromeda Galaxy. And excuse me, I keep saying Andromeda Galaxy. It's one of my favorites, but no, the Orion Nebula. So it's M42, and then M43, the one right above it here, that's the Running Man Nebula. And again, it looks like Gumby to me, but that's always been one of my favorites. Now, if you look in the center, and you see how bright that is, that's one of the problems in taking photos of this object, right? It gets so bright in the middle that it totally whites it out, and you lose the data and the images in there. But if you want to capture the area around it, all the neat detail there, then you need it brighter. Now, what some of the people do when they process these photos is they stack them together, and they'll put one photo that's was taken with less light, and they'll combine them to where that part that would be too bright in the other photo is less bright, and then they just kind of superimpose those, and it's kind of like an art. That way, they can capture the brighter part of the ends and capture all that detail that would disappear. And in the center, it won't be as bright. So, like I said, that's more of art than anything else. But still, it's fun to take photos of these objects. I love it. Here's one other photo of it. Process it a little different. I made this one just a little bit darker. And I did try to take some of the light, make it to where there wasn't as much light. So, and you can see a lot of the detail around it. So those are my photos this time. Now, as winter comes on, we're still in the fall time, but as winter comes on, I'll be able to get these objects earlier in the evening, higher up in the sky, so I'll be able to get much better data. I caught these photos of some of these objects up to 2, 3 o'clock in the morning when they were finally getting high enough to where I could get some decent photos, but still they were going through a lot of atmosphere. But come around January, Orion especially will be higher in the sky, and I'll be able to get some great photos in longer, maybe a couple hours instead of, like a half an hour to 45 minutes like I get on some of these. So more data, I'll be able to do more and bring out more detail. So I can't hardly wait. And I'll be showing those as soon as they happen. So for now, that's it. Thanks a lot.